Welcome back to Writing Workshop Bruins and Highlanders. Today, it's a very exciting day because today we're going to brainstorm a pretend character. So yesterday we learned that we are going to start a new type of writing, realistic fiction writing. And in order to do that, we have to make up a pretend character. Today we're going to use our process that we talked about yesterday to start brainstorming, start planning for our realistic fiction writing. You have read some realistic fiction during reading. Iris and Walter is actually a series book. It's realistic fiction writing. So we're going to use this to kind of model and talk to you about how to create your very own character. Are you ready? Let's get started. So I'm going to be using a post-it today to help me guide through all of the steps that I need to do before I start writing. So the first thing that I have to do is that I have to make a pretend character. I need to come up with a character that is or could be real. Sometimes it helps to make your character that reminds you of someone that you know. Or it could be a character that kind of resembles you, that kind of is like you. So just like in Iris and Walter, they are two characters that could be real, right? I need to think of my character that could be real, even though they may not be. I think my character is gonna be, a little girl. Give me a thumb up if that could be a pretend character. Yeah, it's not like a monster or it's not a zombie. A little girl could be a real person, right? So my character is going to be a little girl. I made up my pretend character, but I want to add another character. Just like Iris and Walter has two characters, I want to add another character, and that's gonna be a little puppy. I've always wanted a little puppy, but I haven't had one. So I want my character to have one in the story because this is pretend, right? I can make up whatever I want. So my pretend character is going to have a little puppy. Now I need to give my characters a name. Remember, these are characters that are kind of like real people, so I need to make sure that the names are names that people would have, right? Or animals. My character's name is going to be Lisa. And the other character's name, the puppy, is going to name Sky. Give me a check if I have named my character. Yep, I did. What do we need to do next? Next, we have to imagine adventures. So now that we have our character, Lisa, and our other character, Sky, they need to go on adventures now. The first adventure for Iris and Walter was going on a field trip. So these adventures have to be realistic. They need to be adventures that people might really go on, even if they haven't gone on before. So you need to pick a place, a setting. Where is your first adventure going to be? For my characters, the first adventure is going to take place, in their backyard, in a tree house. I've never had a tree house before, so I want my characters to have that. Is that a good plan? Is that something that a little girl and a puppy could have in their backyard? Yeah. So they are going to have a tree house. That is where it's going to take place, in their backyard. After you think of the setting where your story is going to take place, it could be outside, it could be at a park, it could be at an ice cream shop. Now you have to think of a problem. Every story is interesting when there's something that happens to the characters. It could be a problem that real people go through. What was the problem in Iris and Walter? Someone gets lost, right? Is that something that could happen to these characters or to a little boy and a little girl? Yeah, they could get lost on the field trip. So we need to think of a problem that Lisa and Sky are going to go on. What do we think the problem could be? Maybe since they are in a tree house, this is their first time going on a tree house, maybe they can't get down. Has that ever happened to you that you try something new and you're very excited and then you realize, whoa, something's happening, I'm kind of scared? Yeah, so I think that is going to be the problem. They're not going to be able to get down and they have to find a way to get themselves down from the treehouse. So my drawings are not perfect right now because this is just me thinking, right? So I'm going to put an X because they can't come down. That is the problem. The solution is how we fix the problem. We turn that frown upside down and we solve the problem. How can we think of solving the problem in this adventure? So Lisa and Sky are in the treehouse and they're having fun, but suddenly they realize they can't come down and they're scared. How can we find a solution? Ooh, I'm thinking maybe Lisa comes up with the idea that she puts Sky in her backpack and she safely goes down the stairs to get down from the treehouse. Is that a solution that could happen? Yes. So I'm going to put that down in my solution. Going to write down backpack to remind me that they're going to put Sky into the backpack to crawl down and to get down safely from the treehouse. So let's review everything that we have done. So writers, when you start your own series writing, the first thing you have to do is make up a pretend character. You need to give your character a name, and if you add more characters, then you need to make sure to name them too. After you name them, you need to start thinking of adventures. You need to find the setting where your first adventure will take place. You need to find a problem and you need to find a solution. That is going to make your writing interesting. So now it's your turn. You're going to go get a sheet of paper. It could be any paper that you have at home. You're going to fold it into 4 squares and you're going to come up with your very own character, the setting, the problem, and the solution. I can't wait to see what you come up with. I'm so excited to see where your imagination goes. Off you go. Now it's your turn.